the future of General Hospital, Maurice Benard's retirement decision, and what it means for Sonny Corinthos. The soap opera world has been buzzing with speculation about Maurice Benard's future. On ABC's General Hospital, after 32 years of bringing the complex mob boss Sonny Corinthos to life, the veteran actor has made a momentous decision that will reshape Port Charles forever. In a recent heartfelt social media post, Benard confirmed what fans have long suspected. He will retire from General Hospital in early 2026, when his current contract expires, a difficult but necessary decision. The decision didn't come lightly for Benard, who at 62, has been increasingly candid about his mental health struggles and the demanding nature of daytime television. During a revealing interview on the Soapy podcast, he shared his honest thoughts about his future with the show. "I don't know, in all honesty, if I can last that long, and not because I don't want to," Benard explained when asked if he'd continue playing Sonny into his 80s. "Like some veteran soap stars, I don't think mentally if I can keep going that long, and I don't know if I could act on GH if I'm not at least at 90%. Benard's mental health has always been central to both his personal journey and his portrayal of Sonny. Earlier in 2025, he took an unprecedented 2 weeks off from the show during a particularly challenging period, something he had never done in over 3 decades. The actor has been remarkably transparent about his bipolar disorder, using it as a platform to advocate for mental health awareness. Through his successful YouTube series State of Mind, executive producer Frank Valentini's Dilemma. Frank Valentini, General Hospital's executive producer, fully understands the gravity of Benard's decision. The character of Sonny Corinthos has been the beating heart of the show since 1993, serving as the central figure around which countless storylines have revolved. Sonny's complex relationships, from his iconic pairings with Brenda Barrett and Carly Benson to his intricate family dynamics, have consistently drawn viewers and maintained the show's ratings. Valentini has always been supportive of Benard's needs, particularly regarding his mental health. When Benard needed time off earlier this year, Valentini was described as generous and incredible, speaking with Benard's wife Paula Daly to ensure the actor's well-being. However, the producer is now faced with an impossible task, preparing for the departure of a character who has been synonymous with General Hospital for 3 decades. The fan reaction, shock and devastation. The announcement has sent shockwaves through the General Hospital fanbase. For many viewers, Sonny Corinthos isn't just a character, he's been a constant presence in their lives. For over 30 years, the news has sparked intense speculation about how the show will handle his exit, and whether the character will be killed off or if another actor will take over the role. Fans have taken to social media expressing their dismay, with many stating they cannot imagine the show without Benard's powerful portrayal of the troubled mob boss. The actor's advocacy work for mental health awareness has made him particularly beloved, as his openness about bipolar disorder has helped countless viewers understand and cope with their own struggles. 2 possible scenarios: death or recast. As Benard's departure approaches, 2 primary scenarios emerge for Sonny's future. The first, and perhaps most dramatic, would be to write the character out permanently through death. This would provide narrative closure and prevent the need for recasting such an iconic role. Given Sonny's dangerous lifestyle as a mob kingpin, a violent exit wouldn't be out of character. The second option would be to recast the role. Though this presents significant challenges, General Hospital has successfully recast other major characters in the past, such as Michael Corinthos, who was recently taken over by Rory Gibson after Chad Duell's departure. However, Benard has been the only actor to portray Sonny throughout the character's 32-year history, making him uniquely irreplaceable. Setting up the exit storyline. Recent General Hospital storylines have begun positioning Sonny for what appears to be his farewell arc. The character has been dealing with health issues, including concerning chest pains that have worried both fans and other characters. Writers have also introduced an existential crisis storyline, where Sonny re-examines his personal and professional life, potentially setting up his decision to step away from the mob world. The show has been carefully building toward potential successors within Sonny's organization. Jason Morgan, played by Steve Burton, was offered the role of taking over, but declined due to his responsibilities as Danny's sole surviving parent. Other possibilities include Michael Corinthos, despite his recent dramatic exit storyline involving a fire, or even Christina, who some fans believe is being positioned to follow in her father's dangerous footsteps. A legacy beyond Port Charles. Maurice Benard's impact on General Hospital extends far beyond his portrayal of Sonny Corinthos. His 3 Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series speak to his exceptional talent, but his true legacy lies in his mental health advocacy. Through his State of Mind podcast and his openness about bipolar disorder, Benard has helped destigmatize mental illness and encouraged countless fans to seek help. His decision to prioritize his mental health and family time demonstrates the same strength and vulnerability that made his portrayal of Sonny so compelling. While the news of his retirement is devastating to fans, it also showcases the importance of recognizing when it's time to step back and focus on personal well-being. The end of an era. As General Hospital prepares for life after Maurice Benard, the show faces its biggest challenge in decades. Sonny Corinthos has been central to the show's identity for over 30 years, and his departure will require significant narrative restructuring. Whether through death or departure, Sonny's exit will mark the end of an era that has defined modern General Hospital. Valentin and the writing team are now tasked with crafting a farewell worthy of both the character and the actor who brought him to life. The storyline must honor Benard's incredible contribution to the show while setting up Port Charles for its future without its most iconic resident. When Maurice Benard takes his final bow in early 2026, he won't just be saying goodbye to Sonny Corinthos. He'll be closing a chapter that has shaped daytime television for over 3 decades. While fans will undoubtedly mourn the loss of this legendary character, they can take comfort in knowing that Benard's decision comes from a place of self-care and authenticity, values he has championed throughout his remarkable career. The legacy of Maurice Benard and Sonny Corinthos will continue long after the cameras stop rolling, having touched countless lives both on screen and off through powerful storytelling and genuine advocacy for mental health awareness. Next, we're diving deep into the captivating world of Valentin and his fiery daughter Charlotte, exploring a bond that's thicker than blood and packed with potential for explosive drama. Get ready as we unravel the possibilities of an impending reunion that could shatter Port Charles and send shockwaves through the Spencer family. Let's start by painting a vivid picture of the unbreakable connection between Valentin and his daughter Charlotte. This isn't just any father-daughter duo. It's a relationship forged in the fires of secrecy, adventure, and unyielding loyalty. Valentin, with his enigmatic charm and shadowy past as a Casadini heir, has always been more than a parent to Charlotte as her protector, her confidant, and the architect of a life filled with thrilling escapades. Remember those days when they were like modern-day nomads, dodging authorities and weaving through exotic locales? Charlotte, now a teenager bubbling with rebellion, carries that legacy in her veins. Her spirited nature mirrors Valentin's own cunning, making their dynamic a powder keg waiting to ignite. In recent episodes, we've seen glimpses of this bond through Charlotte's wistful reflections, hinting at a deeper longing that could pull her back into her father's orbit. Now, imagine the tension building toward an upcoming visit that's poised to be nothing short of monument. Valentin, currently ensnared in the grim confines of Steinmauer prison, has been the subject of hushed whispers and frantic plans from those on the outside. This isn't a casual check-in. It's a pivotal moment that could redefine alliances and spark a cascade of unforeseen twists. Picture the scene. Dim prison lights casting long shadows. Valentin's piercing gaze meeting Charlotte's determined eyes through the glass. The air thick with unspoken promises and the weight of their shared history. Spoilers suggest this encounter might be the catalyst for Valentin's daring escape, a move that would thrust him back into the chaos he thrives in. But what if this visit isn't just about catching up? What if it's the spark that reignites their nomadic lifestyle, pulling Charlotte away from the stability she's known under her mother's watchful eye? Speaking of which, Lulu Spencer has been the steadfast guardian raising Charlotte ever since that dramatic rescue from overseas turmoil. Lulu, with her fierce maternal instincts and unshakable resolve, has worked tirelessly to provide a normal life for her daughter in the bustling heart of Port Charles. From school routines to family gatherings, she's built a foundation of security that contrasts sharply with the whirlwind existence Charlotte once knew. Yet, beneath this veneer of normalcy, cracks are forming. In the September 9th episode, Charlotte confided in her brother Rocco Falconeri about a hidden part of her that yearns for the ghost-like freedom she shared with Valentin, slipping from city to city, invisible and untethered. This revelation adds layers to Charlotte's character, showing her as a young woman torn between the comfort of home and the allure of adventure. It's a testament to how deeply Valentin's influence runs, even from behind bars, planting seeds of doubt in Charlotte's mind about her current path. Could this inner turmoil lead Charlotte to rebel once more? Absolutely, and the signs are all there. Her confession to Rocco isn't just idle chatter. It's a window into a soul craving the excitement of the unknown. Charlotte misses the adrenaline rush of their constant movement, the clever disguises, and the unbreakable father-daughter team they formed against the world. More than that, her heart aches for Valentin's presence as the man who taught her resilience and strategy in the face of danger. As spoilers tease, when Valentin finally meets with Charlotte, expect an emotional outpouring. She might pour out her desires, admitting how much she misses their life on the lam, perhaps even sharing vivid memories of narrow escapes or hidden safe houses they've shared. This vulnerability could be the turning point, fueling Valentin's determination to break free, and with explosive hints of his impending getaway, it's not hard to envision them vanishing into the night like skilled phantoms, leaving Port Charles in disarray. Valentin's escape plan adds another thrilling dimension to this saga. Known for his resourcefulness and willingness to bend rules, Valentin would indeed move heaven and earth for Charlotte. If she expresses her wish to reunite and reclaim their adventurous life, he might see it as a call to action. Enter the possibility of a mysterious perhaps a shadowy figure from his Casadini roots, or an unexpected contact from his espionage dayswell could provide the means for a clean break. Imagine covert signals, encrypted messages, and a meticulously planned extraction that turns Steinmauer's walls into mere obstacles. Valentin's love for his daughter isn't possessive, it's profound, driving him to orchestrate a scenario where they can start anew, far from prying eyes. This alliance could introduce fresh intrigue, like hidden agendas or double crosses, enriching the storyline with layers of suspense that keep viewers on the edge of their seats. But let's not forget, Valentin is a dangerous man, a fact that's been underscored time and again in General Hospital's gripping narrative. His history is riddled with schemes, betrayals, and a ruthless edge that makes him a force to be reckoned with. We've watched characters scramble to arrange prison visits, almost as if the writers are laying breadcrumbs toward a dramatic kidnapping plot. Yet, in Charlotte's eyes, it wouldn't be abduction, it would be a willing escape, a joyous reunion with the parent she idolizes. She'd likely pack her bags in secret, her heart racing with anticipation, viewing it as a grand adventure rather than a crime. This development would undoubtedly fuel more conflict for Lulu, who might react with her signature intensity, her voice echoing through the Spencer household in frustration. One can't help but wonder if Lulu's constant high-volume outrage stems from deeper fears of losing Charlotte, of Valentin's lingering shadow, or perhaps her own unresolved feelings. It's a reminder that in Port Charles, emotions run hot, and family ties can twist into knots of drama, adding fuel to this fire. Explosive spoilers reveal that Valentin's agenda extends beyond just reuniting with Charlotte. Revenge is simmering in his veins. We know Jack Brennan is squarely in his crosshairs, a grudge born from betrayals that cut deep into Valentin's pride. But could there be another target lurking in the shadows? Perhaps an old rival from his mercenary past or a Port Charles resident who's crossed him one too many times. Spoilers hint at surprises here, maybe involving unexpected alliances or revelations that tie back to the Casadini legacy. Valentin's vengeful streak could manifest in clever ploys, like sabotaging Brennan's operations or unearthing buried secrets that shake the foundations of key characters. This revenge plot weaves seamlessly into the father-daughter reunion, potentially using Charlotte's safety as leverage or motivation, heightening the stakes and promising episodes filled with nail-biting confrontations. As this storyline unfolds, the ripple effects on Port Charles could be profound. Imagine the fallout, Lulu rallying the Spencers for a desperate search, Rocco grappling with divided loyalties, and the broader community buzzing with speculation. Valentin and Charlotte on the run might introduce new settings, sexadic hideaways, or underground networks expanding the show's canvas and injecting fresh energy. Will Charlotte's rebellion lead to growth or regret? Can Valentin balance his protective instincts with his darker impulses? These questions keep us hooked, eagerly awaiting each twist. Next, we will dive deep into the shocking developments surrounding Monica Quartermaine's impending passing, and the mysterious rival of her alleged sister, who seems poised to snatch away the family estate. Could this be a cunning plot orchestrated by Drew Kane himself? In the swirling drama of Port Charles, whispers of tragedy are echoing through the halls of the Quartermaine mansion, as spoilers indicate that the formidable Monica Quartermaine is set to meet her end this very week. This matriarch, known for her ironclad grip on family matters and her unyielding presence in the medical world. As a top cardiologist at General Hospital, has been a pillar of strength amid countless scandals. But now, with her health failing perhaps due to the cumulative stress of years dealing with betrayals, losses, and the endless Quartermaine family, future departure opens the door to chaos. Enter the enigmatic figure of her supposed sister, a woman emerging from the shadows to lay claim to Monica's vast estate, including properties, investments, and perhaps even shares in ELQ International. This isn't just any inheritance grab, it's laced with suspicion. Fans are buzzing. Did Drew Cain, the ambitious politician with a checkered past, actually hire this imposter to manipulate the situation in his favor? Imagine the layers. Drew, once a Navy SEAL turned businessman, has always craved power. And what better way to seize control than by exploiting a family vulnerability at its most fragile moment? Adding to the intrigue, this sister's backstory could involve hidden documents from Monica's early life, perhaps unearthed from old orphanage records that hint at separated siblings. During a turbulent era of post-war adoptions in the 1950s, the timing feels too perfect, too contrived, raising red flags about authenticity and ulterior motives. Delving into Monica's origins adds another twist to this tale of potential deception. Raised in the stark confines of an orphanage, Monica endured a childhood marked by uncertainty and longing for connection, before finding a semblance of family with her adoptive mother, Gail Baldwin, a compassionate figure who provided stability in an otherwise chaotic world. Back then, there was never a whisper of a biological sister. Monica's life story, as shared through decades of episodes, painted her as a solitary child navigating loss and reinvention. Yet, here we are, with this sibling materializing out of nowhere, conveniently armed with claims to the estate just as Monica's life ebbs away. It's the kind of soap opera convenience that makes viewers question everything. Where has this woman been all these years? Perhaps she's been living a quiet life in a distant city like Boston or New York, harboring grudges from a shared past Monica never knew about. Or maybe she's a complete fabrication, coached on family details to pass as legitimate. The estate in question isn't trivial. It encompasses not just the iconic mansion, but also valuable art collections, jewelry passed down through generations, and even undisclosed offshore accounts that Monica might have set up during her high-stakes days. As a doctor involved in ethical dilemmas, the sudden appearance fuels speculation. Is this sister driven by genuine familial ties? Or is she a pawn in a larger game, inventing new elements to this narrative? One could picture her arriving with faded photographs from the orphanage era, showing two young girls side by side, their resemblance uncanny yet unverified, stirring emotional turmoil among the Quartermaines as they grapple with doubt and grief. The discovery of the pivotal letter only heightens the mystery. Found tucked under a chair in Drew Cain's own home, a detail that screams foul play. Martin Gray, the sharp-witted attorney with a knack for uncovering secrets, stumbled upon it during what seemed like a routine visit, his eyes widening as he deciphered its contents. The letter, penned in elegant script on aged paper, professed to be from Monica's long-lost sister, detailing a heartfelt plea for reconnection and subtly hinting at inheritance rights. This relative, unnamed in spoilers, but potentially called something evocative like Elena or Beatrice to add to the dramatic flair, claims a bond severed by the orphanage system decades ago. But why Drew's house? It's not a coincidence. Drew's residence, a modern abode contrasting the Quartermaine opulence, has become a hub for his political machinations. Could he have planted the letter there, knowing Martin would find it and set events in motion? Expanding on this, perhaps the letter includes specific references to Monica's childhood toys or a shared birthmark, details only someone intimately familiar or well-briefed will know. Martin's role here is crucial. As a lawyer often entangled in Port Charles legal webs, his discovery could lead to forensic analysis of the paper, revealing if it's authentic or a clever forgery using vintage ink. This plot point echoes classic soap twists, like hidden relatives in shows past, but with a modern edge of digital verification. Will DNA tests be demanded, or will emotions cloud judgment? The fans, who've followed Monica since her debut in 1976, are left pondering if this is Drew's desperate bid to insert chaos, especially given his history of bending rules for personal gain. Monica's fractured relationship with Drew Cain provides the perfect backdrop for suspicion, rooted in a series of betrayals that have eroded any trust. It all escalated when Drew, in a moment of reckless passion, slept with his nephew's wife right under Monica's roof. turning the family home into a den of scandal and heartbreak. This wasn't just a fling. It involved layers of deception, whispered secrets in dimly lit rooms, and the fallout rippled through relationships, leaving emotional scars that Monica, as the moral compass, couldn't ignore. Further disrespect came when Drew moved into the mansion with his son, blatantly disregarding Jason Morgan's place in the family hierarchy. Jason, the brooding enforcer with a heart of gold, deserved better than being sidelined in his own ancestral home. Then there's the heart-wrenching saga with Scout Kane, Drew's daughter, whom he whisked away from her brother, enforcing strict no-visit rules that isolated her from the Quartermaine warmth, perhaps to shield her from the family's tumultuous dynamics or to assert control. But the ultimate outrage? Drew's audacious attempt to tamper with the Quartermaine family crypt, a sacred site holding generations of remains, including those of beloved figures like Leela and Edward. This desecration pushed Monica over the edge. She aligned with the formidable Tracy Quartermaine, banning Drew from using the family name in his congressional campaign, a move that stripped him of prestige and exposed his outsider status. Inventing deeper analysis, one might speculate Drew's actions stem from lingering identity issues post his memory restoration, fueling a resentment toward the Quartermaine's legacy. Did this rejection spark his alleged scheme with the sister? A way to dismantle the inheritance from within? The campaign angle adds stakes. Losing the name could tank his polls, especially in a town where family ties equal power. Even if this mysterious sister proves legitimate, her claim to the Quartermaine house holds little water. Thanks to the house's storied history tied exclusively to Monica, Alan Quartermaine, the devoted if flawed patriarch, purchased the sprawling estate as a grand gesture of love for Monica during their early, passionate days, transforming it into a symbol of their enduring bond amid affairs and reconciliations. This wasn't merely a real estate transaction. It was imbued with personal touches, like custom gardens Monica designed herself and hidden rooms filled with mementos from their life together. Legally, there's no pathway for a sibling to override that, especially since Monica, ever the planner, would have meticulously drafted a will ensuring the property stays within the Quartermaine bloodline, perhaps with clauses protecting it from outsiders. Adding inventive elements, imagine the will including a secret codicil, revealed only upon her death, that donates portions to General Hospital in her name, honoring her medical legacy. Drew's potential workaround? If he controls this sister, he might push for legal loopholes, like challenging the adoption papers or claiming undue influence in the will's creation. His endgame could be total dominion, evicting Jason, the steadfast guardian Tracy, the sharp-tongued enforcer, young Danny Morgan, innocent in the crossfire, and the rest, reshaping the mansion into his political headquarters. Monica, who fought tooth and nail for family unity, would roll in her grave at the thought, her spirit perhaps lingering in Port Charles lore as a warning against such greed. As the dust settles on this explosive storyline, the burning question remains: who will emerge victorious in this battle for the Quartermaine legacy? Drew's ambitions, fueled by past grievances and a thirst for control, clash against the unbreakable bonds of true family. Will the alleged sister's claims hold up under scrutiny, or will they unravel like so many Port Charles plots before? Spoilers suggest intense confrontations ahead, with legal battles in courtrooms and emotional showdowns in the mansion's grand parlor. Perhaps Jason steps in with his investigative prowess, uncovering digital trails linking Drew to the sister's sudden appearance. Or Tracy unleashes her wit to expose the fraud, inventing a speculative twist. What if the sister has her own agenda, double-crossing Drew for a bigger prize? Allying with unexpected characters like Nina Reeves for media leverage, the estate's fate could reshape alliances, with the LQ stocks fluctuating and family secrets spilling out. In the end, General Hospital thrives on these twists, reminding us that in Port Charles, death is never the end, it's just the beginning of more drama. Stay tuned, spoilers fans, as we watch this saga unfold.